Hello, lovely people out there. Most welcome to the page here on GBC News. This is where we do chit chat, and this is where we get those who matter when it comes to sports development. And today the lenses is on hockey, the Sapholda Hockey League. Remember, when it started, they were here, and we've been talking about hockey. And the first round is over now, and so I think that we are attempting to do a review of what really has transpired over the 7-week period, what were the pluses and the minuses and then surprises. The main thrust here that I want to really look at is their focus on developing the youth, how to get the youth really ready so they serve as feeder teams to the national team. Where really have they gone to? And everything that we really need to know, whether there have been surprises, defending champions, stuff, whether they are really finding their feet or what. So to help me attempt to really understand this season's round one Sapholda Hockey League is no other person than the chief scribe, that Kojo Graham is in the house. So most welcome.
Thank you.
It's a pleasure having you again.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Now, how time runs fast. 7 beautiful matches, weeks, up and down, everything. Run us through. Ghanaians are watching you, and so run us through, how has the season been like after the African Games? How has it been like?
Yeah, so thank you once again. It's been really a very good round, 7 weeks of matches, 66 in all. I mean, very competitive competitions amongst all the categories that we've had, and a lot of fun for our spectators. I mean, during the rains, you see the spectators cheering their teams. I mean, light will go off and they'll still wait, and I mean, we get things done and they still want to watch more hockey. So I think, yeah, it's been good. It's been very good for the clubs, for the athletes, and the spectators as well.
Whoa. So viewers, our cameras were there on match day 7, where army men and policemen clashed. These two are friends. They are also sworn rivals. So this one wins today, this one wins today. But the defending champions are Ghana Army. And at the end of the day, they emerge superior. So our lenses captured a little, and so there is a summary. Let's go to the Theodosia Okun Hockey Stadium in Accra, where match day 7 took place in the men's division. Other matches took place, but our lenses captured the game between Ghana Army and Ghana Police. When we come back, we'll be talking more. The Theodosia Okun Hockey pitch hosted the week 7 fixtures in the ongoing Sapholda Hockey League. 7 matches took place. The highlight in the men's division was the clash between defending champions Ghana Army and Ghana Police. Army, in their traditional green and yellow jersey, put up their A game. They dominated. The first 2 quarters did not produce a goal despite Army earning 4 penalty corners and missing a direct penalty, with Police getting 1 penalty corner. Army took the lead with a field goal through Eric Doche. Captain Stephen Asamoah of Ghana Army made it 2-0 for the defending champions to end the first half on the high. In the first quarter, Police scored, but Army put the game beyond their reach with their 3rd field goal. They held on to carry the day by 3-1. Army coach Salia Insalbini praised his players for being tactically disciplined.
Yeah, I think playing Police is always difficult. They are very quality players, very good players, and if tactically you don't play something that will outwit whatever they are playing, you'll find yourself wanting. And you saw us changing tactics all the time due to how they were also playing. And I think it helped us a lot. We are poised for the action, and we are still training hard to make sure we do well in the league and represent Ghana in Africa.
Captain of Ghana Army, Stephen Asamoah, says their target is to win the league and conquer Africa.
Though in the second round, everything is going to prepare and come back harder on us because you are the defending champions. And so far as you're on the top, everyone is going to beat you. So you're not resting. The break, we will still be working around our penalty corners and our goal scoring. And we're going to come back much stronger than we did in the first round. And we hope to beat each and every team that we meet across.
Police coach Samuel Mafu said though it was their first defeat, they will regroup and come back stronger.
First one, as in I think 7 matches or 8 matches was played. It's been the same, we have the same 7 or 8 matches to be played. So just if you calculate well and you know the kind of points that will happen, you know that the league is very close. Anybody can win at any time. So it's not yet over.
How about your target?
Our target is to win the league. So we are still on course. We are still facing it. So keep on working upon it.
Police Captain Charles Abiu was gracious in defeat.
We had a game plan. We planned on using the area boys, but they also saw it, so they blocked. So we were caught trying to do. At least we are on the park, so we have to do something and try something out. And that was how come we even had 1 or 2 penalty calls. In fact, I think today is their day, so we hope for a better one next time. Yeah, this is our first match we've lost since the start. We've not lost any game. This is our first loss in the first round, so we hope to go back and we bounce back better second round.
The Greater Accra Hockey League round 1 goes for a break and resumes in July. So a summary there. So could you still hear? And so you heard the reactions from the coaches and the captains. Sincerely, if you look at what is happening in the men's division, any surprises?
Not too much of a surprise. Basically, Police, and then they are unbeaten run, and now somewhere 4th on the log. And I mean, we're having a very close log. I mean, the only difference is the goals.
Okay.
And it tells you how competitive this round has been. I mean, all the team have given up their A status, and they are trying to. Everybody wants the single slot for Africa. So we expect that the coming second round will be fireworks. The league table will keep changing week by week. Everybody wants to be ahead.
Okay, so we go to the scoreboard, and this is match day 7. This is how they wrapped it up. Teams that had the opportunity to play, there are 7 games. This is how it ended. So let's go to the scoreboard now, and then just quickly glance through the results so people really understand and appreciate, so that I come back and then we do the real talking. So let's go to our screens now and then check the results of day 7, what really transpired, and then at the end of the day, why every day I keep saying that when you get opportunities at the weekend, and it is hockey. Hockey is for the whole day. It's a full meal, so you take and you enjoy. So, Legonites men lost to GRA men, and then GRA ladies ran route over Legonites men 10-0. Extinguishers lost to Police ladies. Exchequers won. They beat AC men 5-2. University of Ghana lost to Reformers men 5-1. And then Army ladies making sure that as for they are people, they don't really work, so they go night men. So you look at it very, very well. Now, your pan out, and then you come. Let's go to the next one. You come and then you really look at it critically. The two. Okay. So now, let's stick with the youth standards.
Yeah.
Hockey is the reason leading. 1-4, they are yet to taste defeat. Yeah. And the rest. If you look at the development, you guys are keen about the development. How is it going? Looking at the standings here.
So we're very, very much happy for what we've seen in terms of the U21, the youth competition. So you see new entrants, hockey is the reason, giving us some good hockey, and capping it with the top of the league at the moment. But Tamaman here, I mean, losing only 1 out of their 4 matches also. I mean, the last match they played was the top 2 playing together. And we saw a very competitive competition. And a lot of young guys are coming out. I mean, they are being scouted. We are looking at them. And we want to see some improvement in terms of the techniques that they've exhibited. And I'm sure most of them, especially those who meet the ages, will be called into the national team.
So let's look at a group like the Ag Boys. They've been around for a while now. Is it that when they do the agreement and then they just ship off their players and get new ones, or what really is it? Because if you look at the names that are always familiar, Ag Boys, Temaman here, Ag Boys, but now we are getting other ones, young financiers and other for Ag Boys, for instance.
So Ag Boys actually have a feeder. They actually feed into AC men.
Okay.
So most of their players have actually migrated into the A-League, and they are trying to also groom new young students, and that is actually showing in terms of their performance. But yeah, I'm sure maybe second round they will come up a bit, and then because at least they've tasted most of the defeat, and now they will have to strategize and see how. I don't expect them to win because I mean, the difference is huge, but I expect them to at least climb 1 or 2 up.
Okay, so let's go to the Masters. These are the ones that have played, they've seen it all, they've gone through now. They are just enjoying the game. How has the Masters been like for you?
Yes, so unfortunately we have not seen the competition that we were expecting from Sapholda, giving a hot chase to multi-sticks, so it's been one-sided again. This is, I think this is about the third or fourth time.
Okay.
And we've seen multi-sticks on the log.
Yes.
And it's going to be a bit interesting because Sapholda are chasing multi-sticks, even though they are 6 points difference. It's just a matter of winning one or two, and then you are up. Because once you have 5 teams, all you need to do is make sure you get 1, 2, and the third one you should be going up on the log. Yeah.
But what really is happening to Golden Stakes and then NDK?
Very surprising. I mean, Golden Stakes have a very youthful team. I think they have the most youthful guys around in terms of the plus 35 group. But but this season it looks like everybody wants to be on the log, and you see teams like NDK, Financiers, and Citizen giving a very good chase to Sapholda and multi-sticks. And I expect second round there will be some surprises to multi-sticks because if complacency sets in, then they will drop.
You're talking about complacency. There are days that I come around and then they are now checking in sometimes, and so they can even start, and then their key, quote-unquote, key players will be coming on later on. Are those some of the factors that they don't get their full complement and looking at the timing to?
Yes, so we've actually picked the time for the Masters to start from 8 a.m.
Okay.
But we've also noticed that most of them are not able to make it on time and because of other commitments. And that also affects the clubs. So sometimes, I mean, we play a quarter of 15 minutes. So if you lose the first quarter, you really have to catch up, and you need to struggle to catch up if you don't have a very formidable team. So it's one of the reasons why some of the clubs lose, because there are some clubs that if you lose to them in first quarter, you will not recover, and that will be the end. And so, yes, their punctuality has affected most of the clubs, especially the Masters. And I expect that they will be doing some boardroom discussions to see how best they can improve on it so that it will also show on the pitch.
But if you look prior to the start, and Sapholda were really telling everybody, I won't say they were bragging, but they looked more confident that this season they will take. And then now they've dropped. They are second, but the gap is huge.
Yes, so they've lost actually to their biggest rival, multi-sticks, and then they lost to NDK Financiers. So it tells you how the second round is going to be, because NDK have really picked up in the last 2 matches that they played. So I expect NDK to still push up with the players that they have. But I know Sapholda will still chase multi-sticks.
Okay.
I know.
So Sapholda out there, and then Mr. Adofeje and your team. Let's see how it goes. I know you'll be having some pep talks and then start again and see how you make it. But again, I don't expect multi-stakes to also lose their guard. I feel that now that they have that huge gap, they will cherish it and then guard it very well. So now the women. The ladies. Oh my God.
A lot of interesting permutations out there.
Yes. And everybody, when you get closer to them, they keep telling you that the league hasn't ended. They want to go. They will be leading. They will be winning the league. I keep asking. Look at where you are building the points, and then look at where you are. You're still very, very positive. What gives them that motivation?
Yeah. So I mean, the top 3. Not too close in terms of how they are playing, but then the top 2 are very close. I mean, it's only a goal difference that is separating the 2 of them. I think Army has not played 2 matches. They had a walkover on 2, so they've really not tested their strength. So the match to watch will always be Army versus GRA ladies. Whichever way size you go will surely take the league. Because
if you really look at it very, very well, 5 games, they've all won 4. They've all drawn 1, yet to taste defeat. Goes for 1919 and against this one. So if you really look at it, 13 points apiece, and that's the ladies' version, Sapholda Hockey League. Now, police. You look at GRA ladies, you look at Army, you look at police and reformers and even extinguishers. All of them have players that really are into the national team. So I thought the African Games euphoria will still be on. Which one are benefiting more from the African Games euphoria? Because it's like police are a little bit now quiet.
Yes, so police have actually lost some of their players to injury, unfortunately, through their training sessions, and they could not play one of the match, which also affected them. They have some very good experience hands. Some of their players, I think one of their key players has just returned from an international assignment from France. So yeah, she's also going to be up because she didn't play in the first one. I think she only played 1 out of the 4 matches. So we expect police to fight back because the difference now is not too good for them. And if they really want to be the top, then they really need to win all their matches. That said, it's going to be difficult because Army and GRA have already taken the lead, and their players who played in the national teams are really exhibiting what they learned there from the national team. And we can see glimpses of excellence that the ladies are showing on the field of play. In round 2, we expect that all our matches will be honored by teams, and at least they have a 1-month break. So injuries, recovery, and everything will have to be done within this period. And then we want to see a very good competitive women's standing.
On the African stage, when it comes to the club level, everybody knows the quality that any team Ghana brings. If you really look at what has happened in the African Games, looking at the fact that South Africa even didn't come, so the African Games was played based on ranked countries, and Ghana was part of it. You look at the club level and the competition out there. Team Ghana is always feared when it comes to the women and even the men. And so, looking at the African terrain and what is going on now, you're an administrator. I don't want you to tell me what you wish should happen. But for the teams, who do you think who really...
Okay, so in the ladies division, either any of our ladies team, because GI had won it 3 times already in there, so they're actually the queen of Africa in terms of club. Unfortunately, we don't have South African clubs coming, but apart from South Africa, from east to west, is GI ladies at the moment, and they are the club to beat. And looking at where they are and the competition Army is giving them tells us that if Army is able to make it, or GRA or even police, they will still top Africa. So we don't have any, for me, it's a done deal. If we play today, our ladies will win. The men is a bit difficult because we still have the Egyptians still around and always on our neck. We are yet to hold the gold in the men's division for a long time. So that is where our focus is actually. We were very close in Kenya the last time, but we lost out on the finals. Wherever it will be played this year, wherever, we expect that with the level of competitions we are seeing in our league now, we will take the gold.
Now, let's look at a team like Reformers. For my checks and stuff, it's like 2 things are happening to them. I see it from the angle of recruitment that they are really not getting the players they deserve because, it's an institution and you have to go through. So age is catching up on some of the experienced hands, and then they are not really getting the opportunity to gel with the youthful ones, the civilians. And this thing is really affecting them. I look at them from afar, and personally, I'm not happy. Because if you look at their competitors, Army,
the numbers,
police. But what happens to extinguishers fire?
Yeah, so extinguishers actually came in late. We had to do some adjustment for them because they didn't get the approval or release from their organization on time. So we actually rescheduled some of their matches. And just like Reformers, they also are having a similar situation in terms of recruitment and the numbers and aging and injuries setting in at, it goes with aging. So we are also having the confirmation from their leaders that they are working on recruitment. They've started with civilians, but then once they get the numbers and the approvals, they'll be able to migrate them into the mainstream organization. But we're okay with them taking the civilians on and then trying to groom them at this stage so that they'll be able to fit into the bigger picture. I will not be able to say they will get the numbers of the 30s because, but at least we expect them to have around 20 in each of their clubs extinguishers, and they'll be actively participating to ensure that they get some very commendable positions.
So let's go to the men, where they talk, they make noise. You go on social media, the men are bragging. So after match day 7, This is how the table looks like in the men's division because, oh, Charlie.
Yeah.
One team that really tries to make noise. My university guys. Hey, they can give pressure. Oh, Lego Night.
Yeah.
Hey, Lego Night. But at the end of the first one, Lego Night is a set. Any surprises on the men's team?
Not so much for me. Checkers didn't start well. They lost their first, and they really quickly regroup. And yeah, they are on top at the moment, and they are scoring goals. I mean, it's free flow for them. When they want to pounce on you, they'll give you a very bitter taste, and they are doing very well. They've shown a lot of youthful talent, and Richmond and the handlers are really doing well with the boys. So I am not surprised because if you look at the top three, it is. I mean,
it's crazy. I call it crazy because
so it tells you that I mean, even police who have just lost, so our top four, any of them can win. If you look at the way they are all going to play 7 matches, so it's going to be competitive. I we're just discussing amongst ourselves as executives and like, whoa, yes, the goals are coming because they are all feeding from University of Ghana. Everybody, I mean, they are about 45 goals difference, yes. But then even among themselves, you see that they are really, I mean, if they win 2, 3, and it's not like a close contest again. You look at Army, Police, and within the twinkle of an eye, 3 goes down. And Eshekes, Wallop, GRA 5-0. It tells you that even at the top, amongst their own strength, the teams are being separated. So I expect any of these 4 teams, the top 4, to lead us to Africa.
So if you really look at it very, very well, the next 7 games, nobody is going to lose again. Then it stays like this.
Now, there will be some shiftings along the line, but at the moment I'll not stick my neck. Okay. It's a close call. If you look at the way every team, and they've picked at the right time, and that is very good for us. They've picked just around the 5th. If you look at it well, from the 5th to the 7th, every team was competitive, and it tells you that maybe when we started, they were just trying to size each other. But yeah, so we expect that 8, 9 by the 10th match,
we see really
there will be some drops, and that will, because around that time, unfortunately, the last 4 might not do so much of a change for them.
Before I check out, so far, will you rate umpires?
Yeah, not to. I will not give them all the marks.
Okay, well, on a scale of 1 to 10.
I think they've done well, considering what we are faced with. So I would say around 8 is fine.
Okay, 8 for them. Yeah. So if you're watching us on Facebook, you go out there also share your comments. We're developing the game. So hockey is no more part of the least finance sports. So no, if you haven't gotten closer, you don't understand some of the qualities that we boast as our pitch that we have, the turf we have. It's one of the best on the African continent, and you can't take that away from Ghana. We have it, and our teams also on the club level are just super good. It's just that we don't want to talk about hockey. So we think there is nothing. Things are happening at the school level. So many things are happening here and there. What do you tell corporate Ghana? I know Sapholda leadership are on board helping, but what do you tell the rest of them to really come back and then?
Yeah, so we want corporate Ghana to come on board. We want to develop sports, and hockey is our flagship program, our brand that we want to. And you won't be disappointed when you get associated with hockey because it cuts across generations. I mean, you come there and you see all ages, 80 years, 75 years old men on the pitch. They play in the night on Wednesdays, they play on Saturdays, and it tells you that hockey cuts across. And whichever you want to pitch in, you'll be able to, whether you want to do in the A-League or the youth or the masters, your products will be able to resonate with any of them. So corporate Ghana, we are open. We thank Sapholda Ventures so much. They've held us down all these years, but they cannot do all. We need others to come on board. Any brand at all, we will try to figure out something, and then we will move on. We will ensure that we give you the promotions and whatever we will be able to provide. And yeah, we want to develop the youth. We want to take the youth out of the street. We want to make sure discipline, which is the hallmark of hockey, is embedded in schools and the students that we are bringing up, so that they will become responsible adults when they grow.
So would they go on a break? Any other competitions in between that will come up? Whilst
so the break is actually for trainings.
Okay.
So we're actually doing a lot of training, capacity building for officials, umpires, the teams. There will be a lot of online education on the rules that we are using and interpretation. We've seen some gaps, and that's what we are trying to catch up within the next 3 weeks before we start round 2. Yeah. So
Okay.
purely education training. Yeah.
So viewers, so this week you have to pause. You can just pass through the hockey pitch anyway.
There are friendly matches.
You see friendly matches there, but the competitive league will start next month. The teams will be on break to do their akpakpakpa. And then when we come back, we'll be talking more. But I'll be getting some of the refs here as well to really tell us what is next in the second round of the league. And so that's the page. Kojo has always been our friend, and you continue to be our friend.
Thank you so much.
And now everybody at the Greater Accra Hockey League, the leadership trying to make sure that we always see hockey, and everybody at the national level, Dr. KB Asante, yes, we say thank you very much for everything you are doing for hockey in Ghana, and then the rest of the leadership out there that don't want to be seen and heard. Please, we thank you. Continue doing it. And then Award Center, I hear they are sponsoring some of the teams as well. The Army.
Yeah.
I think they gave them jerseys and stuff like that. So anybody can come on. Our center, please. All the hockey teams need support. So please come on board, and then even the umpires come and include them. Give them more clothes for them to do. So we draw the curtains here on the page, and hockey for now. When we return same time tomorrow, we have other insightful discussions we'll be bringing your way. Thank you for doing the watching. The page returns same time tomorrow. Have a lovely day.